Yes, people, welcome back to another stream on the channel. And yes, this is the Man United Talk and United Show. And we've got a special guest, David. How you doing?
Hello, mate. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, man, this is United Talk, just United Show and nothing else. Nothing, no Arsenal, no. I'm just United. But yeah, man, first things first. Sum up United's this season so far.
It started off poor. There's no denying that. First two games were shit. And then Erik ten Hag grew some balls, decided, right, I'm dropping this player. We played Liverpool at Old Trafford. Everyone thought we were going to get beat. Even I thought we were going to get beat. It's very, 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 very rare, I'll say, that United are getting beat, especially by Liverpool or City, and I just couldn't see it. I literally couldn't see it. We turned up and we played our hearts out. Yes, Liverpool was shit. Liverpool have been shit all season, but we played really, really well that game. Played Leicester and played Southampton, scraped wins, but we got the point. That's all that matters. Then we played Liverpool, played Arsenal, and it was a perfect gameplay. The gameplay was hit them on the attack, on the counter attack, and it worked. We were more clinical in front of goal. Excuse me. Yeah. I mean, Rashford, 2 shots, 2 goals, and an assist. You can't get more clinical than that. Arsenal had so many chances to score, and half of the shots landed near the corner flag or in row Z. So yeah, it was. It's better than I thought it would, even though, especially after the first 2 games. Europe, iffy, because yes, we lost the first game and we were poor, but we didn't deserve to lose. We didn't deserve to win, but we only lost because of a dodgy penalty decision. So, and then obviously we made up for it against Sheriff, and then obviously no league games for the last 2 weeks because of the Queen, etc. So we'll just go to Wastelands in a few weeks, beat them, and carry on our trek climbing the ladder to the top of the table.
Who's been the player of the season so far?
Who's been our best player? I don't think anybody. Last season it was individuals performances. This season it's been a team, which is what I wanted to see all day long. So for me, I'm not singling out anybody, just because it's not just one player playing well. Martinez is playing well, Varane's playing well, Rashford's playing well, McTominay's playing well. Everybody is playing well, and this is what is going to help us win the league by teamwork, not individuals. Hello, Ollie. Nice to meet you.
All right.
Yes. It's all right. Hang on.
Yeah, no, David. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, all good. My dad's called David, and it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday for him. Is he a United fan?
No, he's an Arsenal fan.
Cat will be good.
Nah, but no. Are you confident? For the Europa League, do you think you'll win the Europa League, or do you think you'll make semis maybe?
Well, last 3 times we've been in it, semi-final, runners up, and a finalist. So I'm confident of getting that far. But I'm confident of winning everything: League Cup, FA Cup,
all right.
League.
All right.
This is where the debate's going to be. Why do you think you're going to win the league? Just explain to me why do you think you're going to win the league?
Okay, right. Everyone keeps going on. I've been on a few streams. I've seen streams saying Arsenal are going to win the league. Spurs. I've even seen Chelsea going to win the league. Oh, and obviously
Liverpool. I've seen Liverpool. So
yeah. I haven't. But they're deluded. Okay, Arsenal. We might as well start at Arsenal. You're Arsenal. They've got great chance. You're top of the league. So why shouldn't you think you've got a good chance of winning the league? I don't think your squad's strong enough. I think he's quite weak.
No. What? So you don't like Jesus? He's a good player.
Yeah, but if he's not scoring, who are you bringing off to score? And if he gets injured,
yeah, that is true. Well, we've got Nketiah and Martinelli, but they're not really strikers. I get what you mean.
Ilias is back.
Liverpool winning it all. Oh, here we go. Dave 2.0.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the clowns are back.
Forgot.
Liverpool. Well, I'll say Liverpool now because of Ilias winning fuck all. They might win the we finished above Everton trophy, but only just. So there you go, Ilias. You can have that. We finished above Everton. City, you can't. Nobody can write them off. Simple as. Even if Haaland gets injured, they won the league last year with no striker. So
yeah.
But the one problem is they have been focusing on building a team around Haaland, so that could affect him. And depending on who they play when he's injured, it could obviously. Well said, Ken. It could be a problem. Spurs, no hope. No hope in hell. I don't care if they're unbeaten. They're not winning the league. They're not coming close.
No.
People think they've got a good squad. I don't even think they've got a good team. And then Son comes off the bench, scores a hat-trick. Yeah. Big whoop.
Anyone can score a hat-trick against Leicester. I don't know why they're getting hyped about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
even Salah, Salah, he's been terrible this season. He could play Leicester, come off the bench and score 4 goals or whatever.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came off the bench and scored 4 in 11.
Danny Ward this season is terrible, and their defense. That's why they're bottom of the league, because Danny Ward, as I said on a previous stream, he's one of the worst Premier League goalkeepers I've seen. He can't save anything. He thinks he's good. He gets picked in the team every day. He could literally get stabbed and be in the next game. That's how bad he is, because Brendan Rodgers picks him and almost every same player every day. When they lose 4-2 to Arsenal, they lose 6-2 to Tottenham, and they just don't improve. They didn't sign anyone in the window. They bought in one player. They got rid of Kasper Schmeichel, and their 2 best players, Vardy, he's catching on a bit. 2 best players, Maddison and Tielemans, were linked with a move away, and they were lucky to keep them.
Yes, very
Maguire to Leicester. No, that would be a bad move for him. He's already played for Leicester. Why would he want to go back?
I think he should go to Arsenal.
I would take him.
To be honest, as a United fan,
just centre back. He wouldn't play though. I'll put him on the bench.
I think he gets too much stick. As a United fan, I really do.
He does. Did you see Goldbridge though when he hyped
him up when he signed? What are you on about, David? He's shit.
He's terrible, David.
I think I'm not saying he's not terrible, but he does get a lot of hate. And I mean, let's just have a look at it. 2 seasons ago, he played really, really well. There's no denying. He went to the Euros, had a great Euros, and then last season he was shit. But then again, you tell me last season which United player wasn't shit.
Ronaldo was all right.
Ronaldo. Yeah, but he was inconsistent. He might have got 23 goals, but he was.
He's more inconsistent this season because he scored against Arsenal last season. He couldn't do that this season, so.
But Rashford didn't score against Arsenal last season.
Yeah. Well, no. The thing is, I'm not making excuses.
Rashford didn't score against Arsenal.
Rashford scored because our defense was like an Asda security guard. They literally, there's a line and they just run through. The security guards trying to chase them and they score 2 goals easily. We would have won that game if we had a better team. We would have been ready. But you were the better team. You were at Old Trafford, and you deserve to win that game. If it was at the Emirates, and I'm telling a rest, we would have won that game if it was at the Emirates because our record is better than it is.
Ken says, not a fan of Rodgers, but this really isn't his fault. Rodgers has to take some responsibility. You can't just put all the blame on the players. Someone says that. Yeah, De Gea wasn't shit.
De Gea, Fred,
He was
Ronaldo.
He was your best player, and that's saying something because he was a goalkeeper. So.
I say De Gea was our best player, and Fred was our best.
What's Ryan talking about here? Tactically,
you come on, Rodgers. Tactically naive for me at times. Yeah, Rodgers. Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, but do you guys think Rodgers should be sacked or not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I saw today though
that they could take Tuchel. You know that he could be sacked and they could take Tuchel.
I don't think he would.
Who would they take at Leicester?
David, what did you see?
I've seen something today though that's saying that he won't get sacked because his clause is too much.
Yeah.
30 million.
Stuck with him, to be honest. But yeah, going back to Ollie's question, why do I think United will win the league? All right. Man United are the only team to have played 2 of the big 6. Arsenal, Liverpool.
Liverpool both that game.
Arsenal have played 1 and lost. Liverpool have played 1 and lost. No, hear me out, Ollie. Chelsea and Spurs have played 1 and they drew, and City haven't played anyone. So United have already played 2 of the big 6, and obviously you can't play yourself, so 2 of the 5 if you want to be technical. Yeah. So we've got 3 left. City have 5, Arsenal, Spurs have all got 4. Okay, and obviously you've still got the return fixtures as well. So everyone keeps going on and on and on about Spurs winning the league, Arsenal winning the league. Man United have played 2 of the big 6 and won both. Granted, no, hear me out, Ollie. Right, I'm not saying that Arsenal are not going to win the league because, like I said, I gave my prediction after the United Arsenal game: United first, Arsenal second, City third. That was my prediction. Arsenal second.
David, do you agree with this comment?
But you look on paper, we predicted Man City, Liverpool. You know, we didn't even predict Arsenal to be.
Let me read the comment for David. Here's our problem: we lose Varane and Martinez, and we are right back where we started.
Okay.
All right, hear me out. Martinez is terrible. You can talk to me.
Oh my God.
He is. He's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, Zinchenko's better.
That's why you comparing both of them, Ollie, man?
A different position.
Because we wanted Martinez for a bit, right? We wanted him. But the thing is, he was going to play left back if we want him. And we've got Zinchenko who can play left back and CDM. He plays CDM for Ukraine. He plays left back, but obviously when he's injured, Tierney plays. What? So you have Martinez, you have Varane, Maguire, Martinez, you have terrible centre-backs, and you think he's good just because he keeps clean sheets? Bro, Saliba has scored 4 goals this season. It doesn't matter if he keeps a clean sheet or scores an own goal. He's better than your whole defence.
Ollie,
and you can't say no. Oh, I don't do drugs, so shut up. If you're talking about me, I don't do drugs. I never touched one in my life, so I want to do something, but
Ollie's joking, man.
All right. So, Ken, you're not funny, so stop joking.
Go back to Ken's comment. Ken's comment.
Guys, I'll be right back. Don't remove me.
It's fine.
Okay. If we lose Varane and Martinez, we probably have to play either Maguire or Lindelof. But the thing is, okay, all right, I'm going to say this now. At the start of the season, when we lost to Brentford, when we lost to Brighton, we were still learning how Erik ten Hag wanted to play. Okay? And it could be we lost those. I can't see people. We did not lose those games because Maguire was playing, in my opinion. Okay? I'm not saying that if Maguire played against Liverpool and we would have won. It's not just on Maguire. It's other players. Against Brentford and Brighton, nobody performed. Nobody. That's everybody. And Maguire will come into this team. Let's say he plays against Man City. I'm hoping he doesn't. But let's say he comes in against Manchester City and plays with Martinez. Okay? They've been training. They've been playing. They sort of know how Erik ten Hag wants to play now. Okay? So he could come in and do the job that he did 2 years ago. So people saying what's going to happen if we won't know until it happens. But the season with how it is, we've got 9 games in October alone, and we've got the World Cup. So players will have to be rested. He won't be able to play every single player. So in games, maybe Maguire will start, maybe Lindelof will start. But I just feel the way we've been playing, we can see the difference. And even if say we put, I mean, Eriksen's done fantastic in the midfield, and against most teams, they hadn't even got close to our defence. So, and it's like Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw can come in tomorrow and do the job that Malacia has been doing. Luke Shaw is a great left back. He showed it 2 seasons ago. And as I said earlier on, everybody was shit last season, apart from maybe 1, 2, or 3 players. So everyone going, we shouldn't play Luke Shaw because he was shit last season. Well, there you go. You shouldn't be playing anybody from that played last season, apart from De Gea, because everyone was shit. Wan-Bissaka, yeah, he can't attack. And Dalot has improved massively on that and his defending. But Wan-Bissaka on his day is still one of the best defensive right backs in the league. He's better than Trent. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people are better than Trent. Trent's overrated. He's been found out so many times. So yeah, rotation will be key this season. But I won't be one of these fans that see the team sheet and go, "Oh, fucking hell, Maguire's playing," because I'll be confident of a win. I could say, "Oh, fuck, look, Ronaldo's playing." I know Ronaldo's Ronaldo, but he doesn't suit our style of play. I mean, everyone was raving about him against Sheriff. What, he scored a fucking penalty, for fuck's sake. What else did he do? Nothing. For me, Dalot is one of them. Yeah, I agree, Ken. I also would put McTominay in that. I think Eriksen has brought the best out in him. I know I've said in the past that I think McTominay has been one of our best players this season. But obviously, as I said earlier on, I don't think we have got one best player. I think it's a team. So people can laugh at me for saying McTominay's been one of our best players, but he shut the bloody Arsenal midfield up. He bossed that midfield against Arsenal. And he is one of the best, most improved players this season. So Elanga, I think I think he's better coming off the bench than starting. I don't think he's good enough to start, especially big games. Although if he was to start, we could bring one of the other ones off if it wasn't going well. But I always say start with our best 11, and my best 11 would, when everyone's fit, would probably be De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacia. On form, Bruno, Eriksen, McTominay, Anthony on the right, Rashford on the left, and Martial up top. I know I said on form. People might say, hold on a minute, why not Rashford up top, Sancho on the right, or Sancho on the left? Sancho's got a few goals this season, but in those games when he got the goals, he just didn't perform, in my opinion. And people can say, oh, look, he scored though, but it's papering over the cracks. He didn't perform. And I'm not surprised he didn't go to the Nations League. I wasn't surprised when he wasn't picked. So for me, Sancho needs to do more. And it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't start against City. If everybody's fit, it wouldn't surprise me.
100%. So, but you think we'll beat City, right? Because I think the same as well. I think we'll beat them as well. But yeah, I just think for me, United fans have to give Ten Hag time, which I think we will. Hopefully, well, United fans understand that. But I just think we can start to see his philosophy now. United fans can see that. We've got our back four sorted. Midfield, I'd say sorted. Attack, Ten Hag just needs to work on that. Obviously, Huddersfield Town TV says I like Elanga. For me, I don't like him, man. I don't like Elanga. For me, I don't think he's been good enough for me. But although, if Ten Hag can coach him the right way and maybe improve him, then maybe Elanga can prove me wrong. But I think Anthony was a good signing. But I understand why Man United fans are frustrated about the price. But that's Ten Hag, man. You have to back his own decision and what he wants in the transfer market. So that's up to Ten Hag. But what were your thoughts on us not getting Frankie de Jong?
I think Erik Ten Hag really wanted him, and I think with signing Casemiro and Casemiro not starting, yes, Ten Hag's come out and said McTominay is playing really, really well. There is no denying that. But I'm thinking Casemiro may not be a Ten Hag signing, so he's not going to play him. He really wanted Frankie de Jong. Frankie's a good player, but in Spain, we don't know if he would do it here in England. It's a risk. It's a risk when you buy foreign players. Some are good, some are not. Would he have done well for United? Possibly, but we don't know. It's not Football Manager. It's not FIFA. Until it happens on the pitch, he could come here and be a massive flop. So he chose to stay at Barcelona. He chose to sit on the bench and watch Gavi and all that. So his loss, in my opinion.
100%. But yeah, what out of 10, what would you rate United's transfer window out of 10?
I'd say maybe a 6 or 7. I do think that we got the signings in too late. One thing I always prefer is when we get the signings in before the season starts, get them so they're straight from first game. Give them a few pre-season games, but unfortunately, Anthony Casemiro didn't get. I mean, we should have just dumped Frankie de Jong. We should have stopped chasing him, but we carried on chasing him, and we should have just stopped.
100%, man. We should have just moved on to other targets. But United, you know how they work like in transfer window. It's
exactly.
Just shambles. But I don't know, with this John Murtough hype, are you in that hype? Because for me, John Murtough, I don't think he's done anything special within the club. Like they say that Darren Fletcher is part of the technical board and all that, but I see him with Ten Hag in the culture. So it's like he has multi jobs, Darren Fletcher. But I don't know. Do you have any concerns about the structure of the football club?
It's one of these things where you don't really see it. So it's one of those when we don't see it, etc. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I've always said Darren Fletcher has got a good football brain on him, and I'm happy he's part of the coaching team. The other guy, I don't know anything about him, so I leave all that to the coaching staff simply because they know more about it than me, you, and stuff like that.
I'm just gonna quickly go through the comments. Somebody has vastly improved. Yeah. Listen, I know Ronaldo's the GOAT, but I feel like Rashford's pace is vastly stronger than Ronaldo's performance.
Yeah. See, I don't think Ronaldo is the GOAT, but I'll get back to that in a minute.
Sandro has struggled with consistency, but he definitely has something. Sandro has struggled. Rashford for me should be playing as the main striker. We'll talk about that. Rashford has the size and speed to be a close striker. Big up Luca, man. How you doing?
Hello, Luca, mate.
All good. Anthony was too inflated in terms of how much we invested. The lack of efficiency and proactivity will never change at United. How do you see you and David have seemed to be good friends, you know. But last time he said, "Nah, it's all jokes."
But Hardick needs to change his profile picture and get that useless prick off his profile photo.
To be fair, I rated Pogba anyways. I thought it was.
You rated Pogba.
Are you the ones that think he was a toxic player?
Pogba should have fucked off years ago. He's shit.
Running amidst the features can. Yeah, man. Big up Joe. Roll to 400 subs. Big up Roll to the Devils. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. You should have got Milinkovic Savic, in my opinion.
Everybody says it, but I've not seen much of him. So, yeah, he's brilliant on Football Manager, but I don't think he would have suited our midfield.
Guys, by the way, I put David's channel's link on the comments to make sure you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Manny. I've just seen that you've subscribed.
Yeah, make sure you guys click the link, subscribe if you haven't already. This brings comment. When Casemiro said, I thought he would get plenty of game time, but now it looks like he's not favourite. Nah, man, you can't say that already. I think now maybe he would have been best staying at Madrid playing every week. Not sure. Hydro. They got Marnie says at Hardy. Anthony has started well though. Anthony, yeah. David, a pleasure, mate. Cool. I would love to have a chat with you soon. Marnie, I'll send you the link if you want. I'll send you the link right now. I don't mind Arsenal fans coming on talking about
So yeah, going back to the goal. For me, Ronaldo is not the greatest of all time. It's another United player.
What, Cantona?
No. Cantona is our best number 7. There's no.
Goal. Who can it?
He also played number 7. George Best, hands down. Hands down, in my opinion, George Best is the greatest of all time.
For United or like just overall?
No, anybody, any player. George Best, hands down. Better than Ronaldo, better than Messi, better than Pele. But for me, Cantona was a better player for United. I know George Best really only played for United and a few small clubs. So I'm like, how you can probably say how was George Best to go? But Cantona was a better number 7. Cantona just oozed class. I saw him play live.
You were alive to watch him in years.
I'm fucking old, mate. Yeah. Not old enough to see George Best, but yeah. See, Ken said exactly the same. Ken, can I ask you how old you are?
He's in his 50s or 60s.
I hope you're right now, and you're not like added 20, 30 years onto him.
But that's what I think. I think because I think he did mention it once, but no. Yeah, he's 56. He said.
Yeah.
Marnie, hello again, right? Marnie, check your Instagram, please. I'm gonna send you the link now.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, we got. I think we got after this year. We got City. Then we have. Hang on,
Everton,
we've got a tough. I think we've got 9 games in October, maybe something more.
9 games in October, 27 points.
Well, David, you said Ivan Toney hat-trick, so let's put that aside.
Hey, I didn't say when he was going to get the hat-trick. He might get it at the Emirates.
Ronaldo shouldn't have come back to United because he was so good in his first spell. However, he's had plenty of problems off the pitch and hasn't been the same player on it.
I said a year ago we shouldn't have signed him. I said a year ago.
Yeah, man, 100%. All right, let me just share my screen. We're going to just go through. Hang on, Marnie's it. Big up, Marnie.
Yeah, David, listen, mate, you pronounced my name correctly the first time. It's Yeah. All right, thank you. Let me just hold on. Let me just yeah, I'll do that. I got it. Yeah. So I just had to mute the YouTube. And David, listen, you pronounced my name correctly. It's Manny as in manicure. Yeah.
Yep.
So you got that spot on. And I'm sorry I joined a bit late. I was finishing another stream, but I know the topic is can United beat City? And I was actually saying at the end of that stream that if Ten Hag were to organize his team in such a way that they could get behind the back line a bit more, then they could cause some problems. But maybe, that's something you'll be discussing soon. What were you talking about before I joined in? I'm sorry I joined late.
Oh, that's fine. We were just going through the fixtures. I mean, David, if you can repeat what you said before, Marnie, you can have your extra. So, first thing,
United winning the league.
No, the GOAT. So, who's the GOAT for you for United? Just overall?
George Best all day long.
Certainly for the impact that he had for the team at the time, it's hard to look past him. But there is one question, though. I mean, you take a look at someone like Ryan Giggs. I know that he's no longer a darling. He's sort of persona non grata among many football fans. But he was a person who sort of broke into the team in the early 90s, and he had that sort of talent. And the way he came in, people were talking about how he could end up being the new George. Exactly. And I think his was a success story of really good management by Ferguson, who was able to keep him on the straight and narrow, while his best mate Lee Sharp ended up falling by the wayside. So for his achievements, if you rate George Best as the greatest of all time, where would you rate Ryan Giggs?
It's hard because There's so many great players. I'd say Ryan Giggs top 10, possibly top 20. Obviously, I don't want to be obviously biased towards obviously United. I'm not saying I don't respect players like Ronaldo, Messi, Pele, etc. But for me, for what George Best did, he's a GOAT in my opinion. It's not just about how many goals you score. It's just what you do. And Giggs was great for us. I mean, like you say, Ferguson kept him on the straight and narrow. There was that story where Giggs and Lee Sharp were having a party at Lee Sharp's house, and they hid in one of the wardrobes or the bedroom, and Ferguson turned up and absolutely bollocked him. I love that story. He did it well with Giggs. I mean, he had a few falling outs with him, but I think Cantona was probably the only one who Ferguson didn't fall out with. But yeah, I mean, 13 league titles, 2 Champions Leagues, about 4 or 5 FA Cups off the top of my head, 2 or 3 League Cups. For me, trophy cabinet completely full. And he played on for so long. And he didn't even stay. He didn't even retire too late, in my opinion. I think he retired at the perfect time. He didn't hang on, and play poor, like say maybe James Milner now. He retired at the right time, and for me, he was a great player. He could still do it he wasn't as quick as he was in the 90s and the noughties, but in the 10s, he was still a great player in the first few years. And Ferguson got the best out of him. Giggs got the best out of him. Giggs knew that he was aging, so he started yoga to prolong his career. 100% a world-class player. And to be honest, what's going on at the moment, I don't care because I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, and I'm leaving it up to the judge. And if he's found guilty, he's still a United legend in my eyes. Simple as. And going back to, I will say this because everybody knows he did it. He shagged his brother's wife. What? So he should be crucified, should it? I'm not saying I'm going to shag my missus. I ain't got a brother, but I'm not going to say I'm going to shag my missus' sister. I mean, she's butt ugly anyway. But don't worry, she won't see this. But the thing is, people go on and on and on about that. But it probably happens so many times, like with normal people. So why is it okay for normal people to do it? But because Ryan Giggs is famous, it's not allowed. Ollie, why have you got a dildo in your hand?
It's not a dildo. It's a nice one.
Oh, okay.
That looks like an ice cream, mate. I mean, it's a bit like
it's an ice
cream.
It's a knobbly bobbly. It's a knobbly bobbly.
Oh, it's a knobbly
nice.
bobbly.
Yeah.
I hope it's lovely jubbly for you, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, Manny, what's your thoughts on David? Because you said we'll win the league this season.
Yeah, go on, Manny.
Did you say that, David?
Yeah.
Interesting. We always say that it's a marathon and not a sprint. And could Arsenal win the league this season?
Yes.
They could. They could if they improve their record against the big 6 teams. Could United win the league this season? I'd say any one of the top 6 teams could win the league if they are able to get into the right to momentum, get into some good form at the right time. So we will see. I mean, I'd say any of the 6 teams can, even Arsenal can, so United can. But
so, Manny, you're back in Arteta now.
Hey, Manny, so why do you think United can win the league then?
I also said that Arsenal could win the league if we improve.
So
I said
you're back in Arteta now.
No, Manny. But David thinks that they're going to win the Premier League, and just explain why they're not.
What?
Oh well, I mean,
you're not going to win the Premier League.
I said they could, but I don't know if they will.
It's between 3 teams. It's
And
between United, Arsenal, City, and any Spurs.
Are you actually serious?
Yeah, it's between them three. Any Spurs fans that watching this and laughing at me,
This comment is facts.
Go and have a wanking to your wank sock about beating Leicester 6-2. And so, as I said earlier on, Manny, why United gonna be challenging for the title or even win the league? Okay, as I said earlier on in the stream, United only team to play 2 of the big 6, won both. Liverpool played 1, lost. City haven't even played anyone. Arsenal played 1, lost. Man United, and Chelsea and Spurs have played 1 and drew. Okay, so we've already played 2 of the big 6, and we've won both of them. Okay, Man United are the only team to have won the last 4 league games. No other team has won the last 4 league games.
Yeah, and we said that when we won the last 5, and that's better than doing the last 4.
And then United beat you.
Yeah, and you're going to lose eventually. You're going to lose to City.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. Probably will.
Yeah,
but we're not going to lose our next game. We're going to beat Man City because we're going to go to the.
I said no, Manny. Explain to him that Man City are going to beat United. There's no way United are going to beat Man City.
No, but listen, let me just now play the voice of reason here. And I say this because I try to calm everyone down, but I know that my points may also be taken with a pinch of salt. Yeah. So here's the thing. I do seem to remember when the last time that United beat City at the Etihad Stadium was when, if I'm correct, Solskjaer was your manager. You won 2-0?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So I don't know what
sport.
Arsenal, mate.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
So with Ollie and me, you're basically getting a good cop, bad cop sort of situation.
Yeah.
Cop, bad cop.
I'm the bad cop, he's the good one.
I mean, of course, in Ollie's eyes, it's the other way around. He's the good cop who bigs the team up. I'm the bad cop who says, wind your necks in.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So,
So let's have a look.
So here's the thing. Who's playing?
What?
You cheeky so-and-so.
What?
Every time I hear my voice being played on Echo, I don't really like it because it interrupts the stream.
What?
I know it's not
me.
Someone else is doing it, and it's definitely not me because I've got my YouTube on mute right now.
No.
David? No? Oh.
No, listen, Ollie, Dave, don't worry. I know it's neither of you two, so calm down.
What?
But anyway.
Wait, Dave, do you prefer... David, is it David or Dave? Is it David or Dave? David, okay.
David, all right. I'm sorry, I'll get that one right from now on.
That's cool. So people call me Dave, but I prefer David. It's my name.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Ollie, but I prefer... no, I'm Oliver, but I prefer Ollie, so...
Where's my YouTube, then? Where's my YouTube? Hang on.
It's on YouTube. YouTube's on YouTube.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's gone all mate.
But it's because you're sharing your screen and no one can see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But going back to what you said, Manny, about Solskjaer versus Pep. Okay. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer versus Pep Guardiola. If we were to say,
carry on.
If we were to say who's the best manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Pep Guardiola, everybody would say Pep. Even me.
He is.
If anybody was to say, look at the squad, City, United, back then, who had the better squad? City. All day long. They played in my record 13 games. Solskjaer versus Pep. 1 draw, 6 wins each. 6 wins each. So Pep, better manager, better team, and yet he still couldn't beat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and a worse Man United team, the worst United team in history, more. So everyone's going on about United's not going to go to the wastelands and beat City with Erik ten Hag. We're playing really, really well at the moment. Erik ten Hag
good football as well,
really, really well. So why can't we go to wastelands and beat them? What? Because of Haaland? Okay, I've seen videos of Haaland being dominated by Martinez. No, and I don't mean on Pornhub or anywhere like that. That kind of domination. No. And Ollie, I saw you go. Hear me out, right? I've seen the videos. Okay. Well, actually, technically, I've seen them.
What videos? What videos have you seen?
Them. But there is a but. Martinez was playing for Ajax. Haaland was playing for Dortmund.
Yeah, exactly. He was playing for Ajax, not Man United.
Different competition, different teams. He was playing in a different team. Haaland was playing in a different team. So what happened in that game in the Champions League? I don't even know when it was. That's how much I've paid attention to it. I don't know how long ago it was. So whatever happened then, doesn't matter. So everyone can go on and on and on about Martinez pocketing Haaland for when he played for Dortmund. That's fine. You can, because he did. It'll happen in 2 weeks when Martinez pockets Haaland again.
Oh my!
Just
explain to me what pocketing means, because if Haaland scores, he's not pocketing him. If he
What?
how is Haaland not going to score against United? De Gea's not in form.
What?
Martinez has only been your good. Name me
What?
any other.
What?
Yeah, De Gea's made mistakes like Mendy. That's like saying
no.
Mendy's good, but he's made some mistakes that have
Not
cost
since-
you.
not in the last 4 league games. Not he did against Brighton and Brentford.
Yeah, exactly. He did.
But
so you can't say that he hasn't.
Since then, United have won. I'm not including Europa League. Since then, we've won 4 league games out of 4, scored 7, conceded 2. One was against Liverpool when.
Yeah, it's impossible to keep a clean sheet in the Premier League. If you keep a clean sheet, it's not a thing to rave about. We kept a clean sheet against Brentford, and no one really.
Spurs fans, they can't keep clean sheets because every time bloody Tottenham score, they have a fucking wank and they need to clean the sheets. And I see Ken. If Maguire steps on the pitch, we lose by 3. As I said earlier on, Ken, when Maguire played for United against Brentford, Brighton, we were still learning the way of Ten Hag. They've been training on it for weeks now. So if Maguire was to start with Martinez or Varane, who's to know what will happen? You never know. Maguire may shock us. Don't forget, 2 seasons ago he was a really, really good defender. He went to the Euros. Yeah. He was probably one of England's best players. Luke Shaw.
We beat City on Maguire. Maguire started, and we beat City as well. Maguire started.
If on that Sunday or Saturday, if I see that Maguire's starting for whatever reason, like I said earlier on, I'm not going to go, oh fucking hell, we're gonna lose. I'm going to back my team. I'm going to back my team because he's done it. He's played well before, and to be honest.
I get what you're saying. Everyone backs their team when their team's playing. I could back Arsenal if we played Liverpool away. Yeah. But you look at it on paper, Man City are winning this game. I get your confidence.
On paper, City have the better coach, better squad, should be winning it because they're at home. But this is football. This is football.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing as well. Games in the Premier League are impossible to predict. You know, Manny predicted a draw against Brentford. It was a win. I predicted a 2-1 win. Yeah, exactly. You predicted Brentford to win. I predicted what? I've predicted plenty of draws, and they've been. You know, I predicted even Nottingham Forest to beat Fulham, and it was 3-2 to Fulham. So it's hard.
What did you predict for the United Arsenal game?
I predicted a 1-1 draw in that one, but I did have a feeling we were going to lose that. I was quite confident, but that was with obviously with the 5 games we won, I was confident. And coming into this game, every United fan said it was every Arsenal fan said it was our toughest game, and we knew we wouldn't get anything out of this game. That's why I said a draw, because the best we could have got out of their game was a draw. We could have won, which would never happen. I'm saying that's why I didn't say we were going to win. But I would have been confident. I was saying, as if we were at the Emirates, because we're going to Old Trafford, because of the home support, because of the Roar, because it's one of the best stadiums in the world.
It is.
Camp Nou's better, I think, in my opinion. But I've been to better stadiums than Old Trafford, and I've never been there. So, plus it's also the theory of nightmares, not dreams. But anyway, we'll get into that. But no, come on. I give you that game, okay? United fans, they were a bit depressed and annoyed about the 2 losses.
So did United win? Did United win because of the team or the fans?
I think it was because of the team, because the fans,
okay,
you know, so fans sometimes have Arsenal fans away are very loud. But the thing with the fans there, they didn't influence the game because the players are scoring the goals. The fans, they're just encouraging the team. They're just blaming the ref. They're just, they're just there for support. That's why they're there. The players are the players who play for the shirt, who score the goals, and who bang in the net. And the thing is, the fans as well, they instantly lose a game and they blame the manager. Yes, it's the manager's fault for some reasons, because he picks the team, because he manages the stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. But why is it the manager's fault if you win a game or lose a game? Because the players are playing. The manager isn't physically out there scoring the goals. Yes, he's doing the tactics, but he's not physically out there. Arteta doesn't go on the pitch and score a goal. So how is it his fault if we lose?
I agree.
It's the player's fault. The same with Ten Hag. If you lost that game, Ten Hag's fault. That's the players' fault. And when you lost those 2 first games with Brentford and Brighton, obviously everyone was laughing you against Brentford because it was 4-0 and the Brighton won. But you bounced back. That's what teams do. Last season, we were bottom of the league. And then, like, with 3 games in, everyone was laughing at us, relegation contenders. And then look what we did. We almost challenged for the top 4. So anything can happen in the Premier League. And who to say you can't beat City? But on paper, I'm saying it's a Man City win. So you can say United all you want, but it's a Man City win.
Ollie, that's fine. That's fine. I respect your opinion. So, and obviously, it's United and City that weekend. Biggest derby in England.
Yeah.
But there also is a small London derby that weekend. And
Arsenal, Tottenham.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal, Tottenham. Yeah. Well, I've got to talk about this game. With this game for me, I would win this game and lose against Liverpool because Liverpool haven't been in form, and I'd give them a win. And in my lifetime, I don't think I've ever, the one that I can remember, I've never ever remember Arsenal beating. I won't go again.
And you never seen Arsenal lift the Premier League?
Yes, I have. But anyway,
have you ever seen them win the Champions League?
Can you stop talking about that, okay? Say that to a Tottenham fan. Okay? They've won the Champions League, but when was the last time they won a trophy? 14 years ago was the last time they won a domestic trophy. Arsenal have won a trophy in the last years. So how can we complain about not having the Champions League? And I've said this before about the Champions League. I don't get the hype about being in the Champions League because if we're in the Champions League, we lose all these games. Yes, it's exciting being in the Premier thing, but you look at Chelsea. They've lost to Zagreb and they've drew to Salzburg. If Chelsea can't beat those teams, who's to say Arsenal can beat those teams? You know,
Money, what's your thoughts? Money, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, okay, so let's sort of go back to centre on this one. The reason why I talked about the Solskjaer game where United beat Pep at the Etihad is because that was an example of how Solskjaer got his tactics right on the day and got the players performing well on the day. It also helped that Edison Moraes had an absolute shocker in goal.
Yeah.
And these days he has become quite shaky in between the sticks for City.
Yeah, I don't rate
Edison. Yeah, so in addition, this season we've already seen the likes of Newcastle and Aston Villa hold City to draws. Newcastle couldn't stop Haaland from scoring and couldn't stop City from scoring 3. Villa contained them to 1 and could have actually won that game. But there is a way to sort of get behind Manchester City and to sort of get behind their back 4 because their back 4 does look a bit weak. You take a look, I mean, obviously they start Kyle Walker and Joao Cancelo at left back, but Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, and maybe to some extent John Stones, Diaz for me might be a bit of a weak link. And so if you can sort of get behind him and maybe try and, pressure that back line, they will concede a few goals. And I would definitely say that it isn't just the fact that you've recovered from those 2 bad losses to post some good wins. It's the way you've recovered where you've been able to sort of form a more cohesive unit in a way with Eriksen getting into the team, getting into the groove more and really showing his class. People can talk about how Arsenal dominated the game, but in many ways, that victory for you boys against our lot was a tactical masterclass from Ten Hag because he was able to get Eriksen to sort of play from really deep into his half, and sort of sucker Arteta into playing a sort of a higher line. And the trap was sprung and Anthony was able to score. And obviously Rashford had that brace. So when it comes to tactics, it's amazing how Ten Hag has now gotten into his stride and has sort of been able to impose his will. You will stutter a little bit, but you will recover well. And that's the thing about Manchester United. And that's one of the reasons why I still think that the likes of United and Liverpool, and maybe to some extent Chelsea, will still be challenging this season. So you could very well spring a surprise. I'm not saying that you can't. So it will be interesting to see how well Ten Hag performs tactically. And it was a shame that Solskjaer got sacked because I think there was a good manager in him, someone who could do well at United. I just don't know if he. Horace, please let me speak. Yeah, let me speak. Yeah, just calm down, mate. Now, he led the team to a second place finish and a Europa League final, and that was lost on penalties.
Where'd you lost?
So there was some. Yes, I'm perfectly aware of that, son. Now. So there was something good in him, but obviously with results not going too well, with the team in bad form, they obviously had to take a decision and they had to sort of, ask him to leave and said he'll always be a legend and rightly so. But hopefully, once he gets back on his feet at another club, he will develop further. But I believe that with Ten Hag, he is also very much a good tactician. So it'll be interesting to see how well he sets up the team. And certainly, after those 2 games, he's found out what works and what doesn't work. So, I mean, I'm not going to go all out and predict necessarily that United will win. I'm saying it's definitely possible. On paper, if I were to put my hand on my heart, I'd say that City might edge it in the tight 2-1 win, but I wouldn't be surprised if United were to get a draw. I definitely wouldn't be surprised even if United were to get a win, if Eriksen were to pull the strings in midfield and give De Bruyne and company a run for their money. Who knows? Casemiro.
By the way, arrest. Ajax women are winning against Arsenal 1-0.
The Ajax, come on! No, I'm going to reply to that Money coming back. Ollie, he should have got sacked off that City game, in my opinion, when they had the training ground. That City game when we invested my ultra, it was a training ground for City, mate. They had so much possession, and we lost. I think it was 2-0. And after that, we lost. Oh my God, we lost 5-0 to Liverpool, which was summarized. We had
Liverpool game was first, mate. Liverpool was first.
Yeah, no, but we had Liverpool fans singing "Ollie's at the wheel." That's how worse it became. And then obviously
they didn't win the league, so who gives a fuck?
No, I'm just saying.
And in all honesty, our worst team of all time has finished above Liverpool's best team ever twice in the last 5 years. So they ain't got fucking.
I didn't like Ollie in my opinion.
They can say.
What didn't you like about Ollie then, Arrest? What didn't you like about him?
No, I think he's tactically naive. I think he has favoritism. I just think that I just don't like him, man. He lies at press conference saying he'll play players that he won't play favorites. This guy said I'll be successful at this club, and then some players won't, and then he lied.
Well, he lied, yeah.
Yeah, and then when Van de Beek signed, he said they will give him game time.
What would you prefer a new manager to come in and say? Oh, I'm gonna be a shit manager. I'm not gonna be successful.
No, but
any new manager. Look at what Look at what Arteta said when he came in. He said that Arsenal would be in the Champions League in I think the next 2 years. No, Ollie.
Exactly. Managers lie. It's not going to happen.
They say it in the press conferences because that's what they believe. And I'm not bashing.
So do you think it was correct decision to sack Ollie, or do you think it was
at the time? It was the right decision. But the thing was, Donny van de Beek signed for United. Ollie didn't play him. Not an Ollie signing, in my opinion.
I think Ollie wanted Grealish.
But did you guys prefer Radnick to Ollie, or did you?
100%. 100%.
What was the difference between them? Because Ollie had more time.
Hang on. What?
No, yeah, Radnick wasn't a good manager. I think Ollie did a better job.
No, I'm not having this. Ragnick, you can see the difference between Ragnick and Ollie. Ragnick exposed the board. He said in the press conference in January he wanted a striker, but the board said no to him. They didn't even listen to him. Ollie, as usual, being a clown and defending these owners. Ragnick came out. That's why he got sacked. He got sacked. He didn't leave. He got sacked. United Football Club, they're trying to lie to him, so saying that he left.
So you think he did a better job just because he spoke out?
No.
Spoke out. Okay, let's go back to the Ronaldo situation. Okay, United were signing a CDM, hands down.
Yeah.
I had it from a good source. We were signing a CDM. All of a sudden, Ronaldo comes up.
He's a sources,
and they stop the CDM and they sign Ronaldo. And I said it at the time, and I'll say it again: we didn't need Ronaldo.
We didn't need him, man.
No, you didn't need him. It was a forced move. He probably didn't even want to go to United.
All these people that are going on saying Ronaldo saved your season. He fucking ruined our season. If Ronaldo hadn't signed, we got that CDM, I think Ollie would still be in charge. And I think we may have won something last year.
Well, are you happy with Casemiro then? Obviously, as
it's
CDM.
What if. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I'll get to the Casemiro. Okay.
Yeah.
Ollie, everyone can go, we would have finished 10th, we would have finished bottom if it wasn't for Ronaldo. I'm sorry, guys, but if Ronaldo wasn't here at the club, we wouldn't be playing with 10 men. We would have been playing with 11 men. We would have been playing the same tactic that got us second place in the previous season.
Yeah.
So, for all these people that are going on, Ronaldo saved the club. All I'm saying is open your eyes because once he came, that was when it went downhill. I mean, in all honesty, we destroyed the Sheepshaggers on the first day of last season.
Oh, please don't say that. I'm Welsh.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Leeds.
Leeds.
Yeah, but Sheepshaggers is still offensive to anyone.
Well,
No,
you shouldn't do it. But hey, that's your opinion. If you want to do it, and stick a knobbly bobbly up its bum, that's fine, mate. Honestly, I'm not.
I would never do that. It's disgusting. Why would anyone do that sort of thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's
I mean, I've heard of shearing a sheep, but that's a bit too much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Leeds fans do. That's what I call them. So that's fine.
I don't.
And then we play Wolves.
Leeds
I mean,
fans.
let's have a look. Under Ollie, okay, we went. It was either 27 or 29 away games unbeaten, playing the likes of City, other teams.
Did we win a trophy for that? I'm just saying these.
Yeah, okay, we didn't win a trophy. Nothing. We didn't win a trophy, okay, but we went 29 away games unbeaten, okay. So that's saying something that our tactics was spot on. All of a sudden, Ronaldo comes in, and all of a sudden, that record goes straight out the fucking window.
Why was it Ronaldo's fault then? What did he do to make you lose those games?
He joined the club.
He thinks he's bigger than the club.
No, he just joined the club.
But he scored goals for you. What's wrong with him scoring goals?
It's because
he scored goals, but it's a complete different. We had a fantastic tactic 2 seasons ago. Okay, we finished second. People can go on and on and on about saying, "Oh, Liverpool had injuries." Oh, go suck my dick. Seriously, everybody gets injuries. Stop using injuries as an excuse. Okay, everyone gets injured. Okay, so stop using that as an excuse. Seriously, because it's old, right? We finished second. Okay, and we were in a title race with City. I don't care what anyone fucking says. Right, we and then we buy Ronaldo. Our tactic completely goes straight out the window. The tactic that we've been playing for a season, pre-season, and the first 3 or 4 games goes straight out the window. Ronaldo wasn't the fast striker that we needed. We needed our front three is better when all 3 are fast. And Ronaldo is not that player.
Man, we should have got Haaland, mate. That's my thing.
To be honest, I'll hold my hands up. I'm not saying his name, but I think we all know who we're talking about. Nobody could see what was going to happen to this certain player at United. Okay.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not mentioning his name because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing it on Twitter from certain a certain part of the world. I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to offend anybody. Although that's me.
Don't offend anybody, David.
African experts.
African experts, mate.
And I'm going to say this: all these African experts that going, "Oh, I want Greenwood back in the team," blah blah blah. all I've got to say is, I'm never sending my missus to Africa because seriously, to all these people on oh yeah, by the way,
isn't Greenwood banned from football now?
Wait, David, if he's proven innocent, if he's proven innocent, would you bring him back to the team or no? No chance.
No.
Yeah,
to me,
Greenwood is obsessed with his girlfriend. That's why he never plays football.
The evidence that I've seen, they're going to have to prove it. The only way I'd probably have him back at United is if they prove who it was and what actually happened. But if somebody comes out,
have you seen the voice note? I've watched it.
I've heard a bit of it. I've heard a bit of it, and I've heard
it's his voice. It's his voice, man. There's no one else. But listen,
I just feel that he shouldn't come back, in my opinion. But like I said, all these African people who think they know what's best for the club.
Hanno's African, so don't make fun of African people.
No, only man.
Who's African?
Hanno.
He doesn't know him, man. He doesn't know him, but it's fine.
Yeah,
he's from South Africa. He was.
But it's Ollie.
I'm not being critical to Africans before anyone jumps on me. I'm just saying that all the people that want Greenwood back are all coming from Africa.
But the thing is, Greenwood it's his fault. He did it because he was obsessed with his girlfriend.
Yes.
Ollie, don't go into detail, please.
Yeah, I know, but he was never good for you. He was never good player for you, and he didn't deserve to be in your team, and he doesn't deserve to play football at all. He never did. He didn't even play in the Conference League, any league or any team. He doesn't do it. The same with Kurt Zuma. I don't get why he still starts in that West Ham.
He kicked a cat, man. He should play.
Yeah, still bad. That's still bad in football. You can't do that.
If he was doing that on purpose, then I understand. But
he did kick the cat.
Yeah, that's still animal cruelty. You can't do that.
Ollie, that's enough. Let me just share my screen for you now. It's October.
No, I agree with what Ollie says. Kurt Zuma shouldn't be playing, in my opinion.
All right. So, can you guys see this, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it loud and clear.
All right.
I like how you say, "Can you see it?" And you don't even
I like how you say you can see it in its full screen.
Oh, Rest, all I can see is a photo of you naked, mate. You've done the wrong photo. It's not a pretty sight, trust me.
Don't worry,
we can't.
David, I'm gonna go with you. Through the 9 games. So City, are we winning? I'm just gonna tell you the games and then tell
27 points, mate. 27 points. 9 games, 27 points.
David, don't start this.
Are you serious?
27 points.
David, please. I said this at the start of the season.
Not even one draw.
Maybe we'll drop points in the Europa League.
Well, so you'll beat Tottenham, you'll beat Man City, you'll beat.
Right, Tottenham are fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, you saw what they did to Leicester, and I know Leicester are bad.
Mate, Tottenham have to come to Old Trafford. I mean, to be
That's
fair,
true, Everton will be tough though. Don't take that as an easy game because they gave Liverpool a game. They gave them a 0-0 game.
They're a bogey team. They're a bogey team.
No, the toughest games, and hear me out. That away fixture in the Europa League is not easy as well because going away to an international team, wherever you're going, they're going to be hyped. And if they score a goal, you saw what happened to Sheriff. You won, but you saw what happened in Real Sociedad as well. Anything can happen in the Europa League. It's like the FA Cup and the League Cup. Anything can happen. You're not beating Man City. You're not beating them. You'll beat Everton. You'll win the home fixture. You'll beat Newcastle, and Tottenham will be a tough game. Don't tell me that's going to be.
Let me just go with
Tottenham.
I'm not saying to be honest. Okay, Ollie, you were saying about what's going to be our toughest game, and I actually thought you were going to say something else. Our toughest game there that I can see is Everton.
Yeah.
Or
that's a tough
game. Hold on. Let me get the fixture list up. Let me get the fixture.
I've got it right here, mate.
He's got it right here.
Go down a bit. Go down a bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Where's the rest of them?
Go down. Go down.
Man United, West Ham.
Okay, stop. Yeah, so West Ham, Villa, possibly Newcastle, and Everton.
Sociedad away is tough
because we've shown the way City will play, the way Tottenham will play. It will play straight into our hands. We need to learn how to beat the smaller clubs like Tottenham, West Ham.
Tottenham are not a small club.
Who?
Tottenham. Small clubs are Everton, Nottingham Forest. They're small clubs. Tottenham.
Whoa!
Hey, Ole, you better wind your neck in, son. Everton is not.
You do realize Everton have never been
Everton
relegated.
is 17th. And you're saying that Tottenham are in the top 4 and you're saying they're bad.
Everton have never been relegated. Everton have never been relegated.
Yeah, exactly. We've never been relegated.
Not in good
form.
No, we haven't. Yeah, for the Premier League.
But let me make one thing clear to you right now, Ollie. Everton are not a small team. They are one of Merseyside's two.
Yeah, at the moment, not historically, because if you look at
no. You can say that they're not in form. You can say that they're not playing too well at the moment, but never, ever say that Everton are a small team. Okay?
Yeah, because Everton are the biggest club in Liverpool. Behind
no way, Liverpool are much better.
And Tranmere is second.
Liverpool.
No, but I mean, in terms of silverware, they've obviously won. They've won domestic trophies. They've also won European silverware as well.
Just looking forward.
That's in the past, Manny. That's in the past.
It's in the past.
We don't include all the leagues so we don't include the gold cup that you've got in your trophy.
Yeah, a gold cup. We're a big club as well, sir.
But you just said that's in the past.
No. I'm talking about Everton. Everton's in the past. Everton are not a good team at the moment. They don't win games.
Yeah.
Arsenal are big because historically we've had good players, we've had decent managers, and we've the only team to win the Invincibles. So everyone can shut their mouths about that because we're the only team. We're the only team that hasn't gone unbeaten in the season, and we've got a gold trophy to
win. Ollie, can I just say something? Go do your history. Go check.
Oh,
Preston.
yeah, Preston North End. Well done.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
they
weren't even in the Premier League, though. They won it in the Championship.
They did
Yeah,
it.
it's not hard to do it in the Championship.
Top division. It was the top division.
Oh, yeah, about in the
it might have been
1900s or whatever.
They still went invincible. I know it was only about 18 games, but they still did it.
When Blackburn won the league, how did they win the league? Because there's no way.
Because Cantona got a ban. I've said this time and time again. Okay. If Cantona hadn't got a ban, Blackburn would be nobodies. If Cantona hadn't got a ban, we would have won that league. It just shows it went to the last game of the season. It went to the last game of the season against West Ham, and for 4 or 5 months we didn't have Cantona. If we'd had Cantona, we would have won the league and the FA Cup.
Was he your best player at the time then?
Oh, without question. Without question.
Who was your goalkeeper at the time when
Peter Schmeichel
won?
Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah. Well, I rate Peter Schmeichel because Kasper Schmeichel is a good goalkeeper, I think.
To put into perspective how good Eric Cantona was. Okay.
All right, so don't shake your head. Kasper Schmeichel is a good goalkeeper.
He is. 95, 96, okay? The last 10 league games of the season, we won about 7 of them 1-0, and I think Cantona scored every single goal. That's how good Cantona was.
What year was this?
95, 96, when we did the double-double. Right. When he came back from his suspension.
Cantona was just... Tell me when did you win the treble then? What year did you win the
99.
treble?
99.
98, 99.
Yeah, that's 23 years ago now, so...
And? Nobody else has done it.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Why? Well, no,
because that's... I'm not saying it's the past, but 23 years ago, I wasn't even born.
Yeah, so but you're talking about Gold Cup. You wasn't even born when the Gold Cup happened.
No, I was in my mum's belly, so... Exactly. You weren't even in your mum's belly when you did the treble, so you can't go on about talking about the treble.
I was alive when we won the league, mate, so hold that.
Wow, well done.
But anyway, listen, let's leave this rivalry to one side, okay? I mean, I do like the fact that with 2 United guys and 2 Arsenal guys, the scales are balanced, but we're here to talk about United mainly. Now,
have you noticed United guys on top?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but here's let's take a look at the fixture list again, okay? Because we're going to take a look and have a more reasoned discussion. Everything. Could you share the fixture list, please, Oris?
Yes, I may.
Now, I'm gonna talk about it. Now,
as Ollie
said, no, just share the fixture list, please. For crying out loud. All right, so let's just scroll up a minute and we're going to talk about the games you've got. And we're going to see how things could measure up. Now, the upcoming game that you have right now, David, is City against United. Yep. Now, this is a game which I predict that City should probably end up winning, but scraping through, not winning. But I wouldn't be surprised if United got something out of the game because, if your manager gets it tactically spot on like he has done in the 4 games he's played, there is no reason why City can't win. Omonia against Manchester United. They're a team which we've not heard of, okay? And everybody has heard of Real Sociedad. Now, it seems to be a theme that, you start off a bit slowly, but then you get into your stride, you work out the chinks in your armor, and you do better in the next game. And I cannot see anywhere beyond wins against these the Cypriot team, okay? Yeah, Everton against Manchester. Yeah, Everton against Manchester United. I'm not going to say that that's going to be an easy game, but I wouldn't go beyond United win. And let's also not forget that although Everton gave Liverpool a game, Liverpool also hit the post at least 3 times in that game. Yes, Jordan Pickford had a better team.
No, but I fancied Everton scoring some chances. They did all right.
Yeah,
Everton were the better team, but Liverpool also hit the woodwork more than a few times. So that game could have gone either way. Liverpool could have ended up winning that game. So it's all about those fine margins, you see. Both goalkeepers made some good saves. Pickford obviously was man of the match, but Alisson also proved why he's still every inch a top goalkeeper and will be Brazil's #1 for the World Cup. But again, this is another game where I predict it'll be another scrappy tactical affair. I think that with Eriksen and Casemiro pulling the strings, you guys should edge that. Man United against Newcastle. Newcastle have also shown against the likes of Bournemouth and a few other teams that they do have a bit of a soft centre. I mean, they only snatched a draw against a Bournemouth team that were ripped apart 9-0 by Liverpool, thanks to a penalty, which was correctly given. So that's a game which also could go either way, but we can safely predict that United can win, although again anything can happen. The Tottenham game is also going to be key, and this is as will be the Chelsea game. This is how this is going to talk about how going to depend on how tactically astute Ten Hag will be. So without going further, there are going to be some decent games. There are going to be some tough games, but I think that with Ten Hag getting into his stride, he'll know what to do. So maybe some predictions might be a little bit over the top, but you are entitled to have some belief in your team. Now, after obviously Arsenal beat Brentford 3-0 and sort of, proved me wrong, I will say that Arsenal were tactically the superior team and Arteta got it right while Frank got it wrong. And I am confident that we will win a lot of our other games. But when it comes to the big six, we might have to be introspective. And all I'm saying, David, is that sometimes you might need to be a little bit introspective, but you are perfectly justified if you want to have confidence in your team, given that you've got the 4 straight wins, you've got the momentum. And if you see something defective, you fix it and you keep going. That's how you run a team. Efficiency.
Yeah. I mean, I might be chatting shit by saying we're going to get 27 points. But for me at the moment, I'm confident. And I'm not saying City, Everton, Newcastle, Spurs, Chelsea, Villa, whatever, are going to be easy. No game's easy, but I'm confident that we're going to go into each game and we're going to win it.
Just explain to me how United are going to be ready then. What if you get injuries? What if you get tired? How are you going to win 27 points out of 27?
By winning games.
But that's not the answer. You can't win every game. You've got City, you've got Tottenham. Chelsea away is going to be tough.
Yeah, no, but that's if it's
that's like saying Arsenal are going to win all their.
Hang on, sorry. I got some breaking news. This is Premier League. Mike Keegan, very reliable. Manager at the center of a blackmail case that collapsed last week after it emerged he did not want to give evidence is now being investigated by the Football Association. So,
is it Patrick Vieira?
No, it hasn't. It doesn't say. But a manager from the Premier League is being investigated now. I don't know who, but yeah. Carry on.
We'll find out soon enough. We'll find out soon enough.
It's similar with the Arsenal thing.
Arteta.
Oh, it's not Arteta. Don't start.
What? I mean, exactly what Ken's just put. What if De Bruyne and Haaland get injured?
Haaland's not going to get injured.
How do you know?
He's never rotated him, and he's going to rest him for this game.
So let's just say, right?
He's got Alvarez, so he can play him.
He's not good. Okay, let's just say that Haaland. Let's just say Haaland's sitting at home or in his hotel room, and he orders his dinner. He's in his hotel room. He's ordered his dinner to sit in the room. Okay, he picks up the bottle of tomato ketchup and drops it on his foot. Breaks his foot.
You can't break your foot with putting tomato ketchup on it. Are
you sure about that?
No, you can't break your foot. You can't maybe not break your foot, but actually, if it's full though, and you drop it from somewhere high, then it could.
Oh, I mean, you actually drop it. I thought you meant squirt it on your leg. Sorry.
Man, that would be more embarrassing. No, it's happened before, but it was actually salad cream.
That's not going to happen. That's what you want to happen because you want to win the game.
No. When United beat City, I want them to be at full strength. Otherwise, you'll get City fans or you'll get other people going, "Oh, you only won because Haaland didn't play."
Well, yeah, obviously you would want Haaland to play.
I mean,
it's likely that he's going to score.
Apparently, we only beat Arsenal because Partey was injured.
Well, do you think that if you're going to win this game, is it going to be a comfortable and clean sheet, or is it going to be 2-1?
It's not going to be a comfortable win. Hands down. I can't see it being a comfortable win.
What, 2-1 then? What would you predict?
It's a bit early to say because obviously with injuries, but if I was let's just say that nobody gets injured during the international break and Rashford's back, Martial's back, etc. So no injuries, apart from unless anyone's got really long-term injuries. But as far as I know, I don't think anyone has. I would confidently say maybe a 2-1 win.
Okay. Yeah, but that's for now. Obviously, you've got to, assess the international break and stuff. But like, what players in your squad are going to help you score against City? Because City, if you look up, every player fits in the United team. And if it was a combined 11, you'd probably get 1 or 2 people because of how good Man City are. So I know you beat
Who's
them
going to get the
against
goal
under Ole.
scorers?
Well,
Rashford's
you can
got
get
about
Sancho can
Rashford's got about
score.
5 or 6 already. against City.
Alanga will not be scoring that game.
He won't
I'm
be
sorry, but yeah, he would be playing, but he won't score. But
I can't see it. If everyone's fit, I can't see Alanga getting off.
Bruno won't score.
Bruno.
Ronaldo won't score. Who else? I mean,
so what you're saying is no
Ericsson, Anthony could score. So you could play a strong team. Obviously with this game, it's a must-win for both teams. Man City because they want to win the league, and United because they want to bring their form back. But on paper, United want to win this game because if it'll be good for Arsenal because
this is a Manchester derby as well. So
yeah, it's a Manchester. Yeah. So wait, so say this, David, you beat Man City and then you lose to Everton. Would you take that?
No.
Ken said,
I don't want to win every game.
Wait. Ken said, wait, say that again. Haaland was injured last year for 6 weeks. Ken. They are on international duty now. Injuries can happen.
2-2 draw, he says. I think he's talking about your 2-1 prediction.
Yeah, Anthony could score. I'm saying 2-1 United.
Oh my God.
What?
We literally said that. Right, I know this is a comparison, but we said that Liverpool would beat you.
I think we will beat City, man.
There's no way. That's
let me do my prediction, man. No. I think we can beat City, man. I genuinely think if Ten Hag gets this right, if no one gets injured, if Martial can get fit, and if Rashford's fully fit, we can beat them. Why not?
That's like saying Arsenal are going to beat Man City away. There's no way we would do that.
Oh my!
I don't know that.
And there's no way you're doing it. We're better than you, and there's no way you're beating Man City.
Ollie, have confidence in your team, mate.
Exactly, I know. But if you didn't support
I know you've
United,
never seen your team win something.
I have actually. I've seen them win the FA Cup. I've seen them win the FA Community Shield.
Oh my God!
What have you seen in the last 10 years?
Marnie's seen everything, mate.
I've seen United win the Premier League in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but Orest hasn't. So
yes, I have.
Okay.
Well.
Ollie, going back to what I said about the tomato ketchup. Listen to this. Dave Bessett, right? The veteran goalkeeper managed to rule himself out for 8 weeks.
You just Googled that, haven't you?
No, I knew the story. But I wanted to get it up. He was ruled out for 8 weeks when he dropped a bottle of salad cream on his foot and he severed the tendon in the big toe.
Bro, you're scaring my foot now. What if that happens to me?
Well, you don't play football, so don't worry about it.
You know, David, something similar actually happened to Santiago Canizares before the World Cup in 2002. That poor bugger was supposed to be first choice, but he severed a tendon with a bottle of aftershave.
Yeah, exactly. Freak accidents happen.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like one of our former.
What about Alex Stepney? Manny, I don't want to be rude, but you look probably older than me. All right, I'm 35.
I am older than you, mate. I'm 41.
Okay, so obviously a bit before Alex. But I'm sure you've heard of Alex Stepney.
Yeah, I have. I think he was goalkeeper when they last won the league in '68 before finally breaking that duck in '93. And of course, he was the European Cup winning keeper, yeah?
Yep. In 1975, Alex Stepney dislocated his jaw because he shouted at his players. He dislocated his jaw by shouting at his players.
Dang.
I'm just going to bring this comment from Ken. We can beat City, but the truth is we're
is Ken a United fan?
Yeah, United fan. Yeah, we're in the building. We're in the building gear, and City is settled and just added the best striker in the world right now.
What?
Who do you guys think is the best player in the world right now? Then, apart from Haaland, would you say?
I think Neymar.
Oh no! Don't get me started.
Best player in the world at the moment.
Messi or Mbappe? What? Messi or Mbappe?
I think Neymar's better than both of them.
There's no way. No.
Ollie, have you ever heard of an Arsenal player called Steve Morrow?
No.
Steve Morrow.
Yeah.
Steve Morrow, right? Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Manny knows where this is going. Okay. In the 1993 League Cup, Arsenal won it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Manny knows where this is going. Yeah, he picked him up, he dropped him, and he broke his collarbone, and it made him miss the FA Cup final. Accidents happen, mate. Accidents happen.
But then, how has that got to do with anything? Because we won the match.
I'm just saying freak accidents happen.
Oh, freak accidents. Yeah.
Haaland could walk out of his door, and a dog could run over his foot, and there you go. I'm just saying. But yeah.
David, mate, listen, I'm pretty certain that most of these players will be smart enough to take some policies against that happening. But you are right against freak incidents happening. And let's not forget, in the 2006 season, before we left Highbury to go to Cashburn Grove, as it were, we were finding it. We were in a situation where we needed something like a miracle on the final day, because I believe Tottenham had to win at West Ham. And what made it easier for Tottenham at the time was that their former player, Edward Sheringham, had the temerity to miss a penalty for West Ham. Now you know why I absolutely despise him. I know he did reasonably well for England, but he was an idiot for me.
Wasn't that the lasagna incident?
Exactly. That was a freak thing too. And I remember Arsenal fans taking the mickey out of Spurs fans by saying, Tottenham got the runs and we ended up winning. And then they even took the mickey even further by singing "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So freak things can happen. And what angered me was, of
remember
course,
Charlie George,
FA Cup hero. Yeah.
Yeah, 1971. He cut his toe off with a lawnmower.
Oh, mate. Yeah, but
I'm not saying Haaland's going to cut his lawn.
Did he do it on purpose, or was it an accident?
No, obviously an accident.
Of course,
I'm not saying that Erling Haaland's going to go cut his lawn. I'm sure he's probably going to pay somebody to do it. But I'm just saying accidents happen, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, we can't depend on freak accidents to happen, because most of these players will take out, policies. I think they're going to be a lot more vigilant. But things can happen, and we can't depend on them happening, but they can happen. But
I've actually just read another one. Someone called Michael Stensgaard. He was a Danish goalkeeper, and he was forced to retire. Okay, he suffered an injury to his shoulder when he attempted to fold down an ironing board.
Oh
and he was
my!
And he was forced to retire.
Oh my!
And he was forced to retire.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We're talking about these freak incidents, yeah. But we now need to assume that these things won't happen. That freak accidents aside, both teams have their fittest players available. That's what we're discussing. Okay.
But with David, I want to talk to you about it. I saw Alexis Sanchez live a few times. Do you think he flopped at United when he went there, or did he do well?
Shit.
Well, I saw him. I went to see the Crystal Palace Arsenal 1-1, and I don't know if he was playing at the time, but I remember seeing someone who actually went just to see him, and he played well that match, and he played well for Arsenal. But I think he made the worst decision moving to United, because obviously he then went into Milan, and I'm not sure where he is now, but I think he's at Marseille. Is he? Alexis Sanchez?
He is at Marseille.
Marseille. Yeah, but I don't think it was the right decision. He should have either stayed at Arsenal or gone to another club, because he didn't even start for United. So I don't even know why he went there. But I actually like quite for the money, probably.
I just think he was dog shit.
The piano announcement, man, that pissed me off so badly. The piano.
Oh yeah.
The piano was just.
Yeah.
Oh no.
To be honest,
have you seen Diego Costa's announcement where all the Wolves?
Yeah, and he's scared of Wolves.
Yeah, and he's scared of Wolves.
The thing is, to me, bring back the player standing on the pitch with the scarf or the shirt above the head. That's what I say. Why do I think it worked out for Sanchez? I think there was just. I think at the time there was too many bad eggs in the United squad.
Would you bring back Memphis Depay?
Sorry, no. In the summer, we were linked with him, and I'm like, why the hell are we thinking of bringing Memphis?
Did you like Van Persie when he came? Obviously, he's
okay.
Yeah.
Robin Van Persie. Okay, I'll say what I've always said about Robin Van Persie. He won us the league the first season. Okay.
Yeah.
Scored, I don't know how many goals. 28, I think. Ferguson retired after the best ever manager's career. Nobody comes close. Robin Van Persie throws his toys out of the pram because Ferguson retired, and he never performed consistently for United ever again. So all these United fans that go, "Oh, Van Persie's a legend," go away.
What?
What? No, Van Persie's a good player. He played well.
He is a good player, but he's not a Man United legend. He won us the league, yeah, but then he threw his
so a player that won you the league isn't a good player. What if he didn't win the league? Would he still be a bad player?
Say again.
Because Well, the thing is, he won you
I'm
the
not saying
season.
no. I'm not saying he's a bad player. No, I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
a bad player. I'm saying he's not a United legend. He threw his goals out the pram because Ferguson retired, and he never performed.
But he scored goals for you, so how does that not make him
one
a legend?
One season, and he wasn't. After that, he never performed for United consistently again.
Where did he go after he left then? Where did Van Persie go?
Fenerbahce.
Oh, yeah, he did. And then, he retired.
Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, somewhere like that. But yeah, in my opinion, I don't know how anybody can moan because the greatest manager ever tells him at the beginning of the season he's staying, and then at the end he decides to retire.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's fucking Ferguson. If Ferguson wants to bloody retire, let him bloody retire because he's been in the business for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
So it's only right that, and nobody should ever do that. I mean, if a manager, like let's say Arteta in January signed, I don't know, somebody, and he goes to see the player in wherever, and he says, "I want you to join my club. I want to build a team around you." Blah 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 blah. He signs him. 2 days later, he leaves by his own account to join another club. Yeah, there you go. He could be pissed off. The player could be pissed off. But Ferguson retiring after 30 odd years, no, go away. Van Persie threw his doors out the pram. He's not a United legend. Never will be. He did one good season for us. I'll thank him for that. That's it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Marnie, do you have any replies to add to that comment?
No, I don't. And it's really interesting to hear perspective from someone like David who's seen the good and bad sides of Van Persie. Of course, we'll remember Van Persie as a guy who did really well for us, but then, walked away from us because he said that we were lacking any sort of ambition. And I think the way we were going under Arsene Wenger, there might have been some truth to that. So David, I mean, it's interesting you talk about Van Persie. I know that there are a lot of players who might have done really well, but you probably wouldn't consider them United legends. And I know that Ferguson fell out with more than a few of them. I don't know if you remember the whole beef between Fergie and Paul Ince, who I think left to go to Italy.
He thought he was the governor.
Yeah, and I think Ferguson ended up calling him a big-time Charlie when he returned to Liverpool. And I think, if memory serves me right, he scored the equaliser when United came to Anfield and played Liverpool. I think since then,
98-99 season, and he celebrated.
So since then, I think, Fergie and Ince have patched up their differences, and I think Fergie even spoke about how he regretted calling Ince a big-time Charlie. But what are your memories of Paul Ince? I mean, I know he did really well for you lot.
Paul Ince, he was a good player for us, but the problem was he was an arrogant prick, and he could have gotten it away. He could have gotten away with it at another club, but not under Fergie. As everyone knows, Ferguson was hard. He was hard on his players. He went to Lee Sharp's house, found Lee Sharp and Ryan Giggs having a party, and chucked them both out and chucked all the guests out. The only player who never got the hairdryer under Ferguson was Eric Cantona. I remember reading a book a few weeks ago. Ryan Giggs turned up to a Thai suit dinner, and he had his button undone. Ferguson went over to him, shouted at him, "You're representing Manchester United. Do your fucking button up." Ryan Giggs stood in the corner doing his shirt. All of a sudden, Eric Cantona walks in, and I can't remember exactly what he was wearing, but he wasn't wearing what he was supposed to. And Ryan Giggs said he was rubbing his hands together. Cantona's finally going to get it, and he goes up to him, and he turns around and he goes to the players, "This is class," or something like that. And then everyone always used to, when we played poor, they always used to walk slowly to the changing room because they knew they would get the hairdryer treatment. The Crystal Palace game when Cantona got the red card and Kung Fu kicked the player, all the players rushed into the dressing room because they wanted to see Cantona get the hairdryer treatment. And they go in, they're waiting, and Cantona starts, and I think I read it was Gary Pallister. and then Lee Sharp, and he was like, "Oh, they're calling him shit," and all of a sudden he goes over to Cantona, and everybody, I can't remember who's telling the story of it, but they're saying they were rubbing their hands together because finally Cantona was going to get in trouble, and Ferguson goes up to him and he goes, "Eric, you can't do that, son," and that was it. That's all he said to Cantona.
Yeah, I think I have a few theories behind that, though. I mean, that was probably his second season at Manchester United. I think his English was still.
No, it was his third.
Third.
It was his third with United, and he'd been with Leeds one season. But the reason being was Cantona was such a hot wire. I mean, go back and see what he did in France. I mean, he kicked the shit out of players and got red cards all the time. No manager knew how to control him, and it's like what the players said. Giggs have said, Pallister, Robson. They knew that Ferguson knew how to control Cantona, and if giving Cantona this special treatment was the way to get the best out of him, no United player ever begrudged Ferguson for doing it. They were never jealous that Cantona never got the hairdryer treatment ever, because they knew that was how Cantona had to be treated.
Agreed, but also there's another element to that. If you take a look at Cantona's disciplinary record since then, it was impeccable. He only got one booking after that, and he was actually made captain, sort of, usurping Steve Bruce in a way during Brucey's final season, as a measure of how responsible he had become and how important he was to the team. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That was getting the best out of him. I was surprised that he didn't get the hairdryer treatment after that. But again, it's also an idea of how it gives you an idea of how Fergie succeeded in controlling his players and getting the best out of him. And I think, Cantona had sort of mellowed a bit and matured enough to know that, Fergie saved my career. I cannot let him down ever again. And so since then, he buckled down. So that's an example of a player having respect for the manager in many ways. And so Fergie was able to get that. He had that clout, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone says, like, why was Cantona such a great player? Yeah, he scored 85 goals, 86 goals for us. So yeah, people could look at the stats and go, that's not very good. I mean, Emil Heskey, he scored 100 Premier League goals, so Emil Heskey is a better player than Cantona. Job on. When the class of 92 came in, Giggs, Beckham, Butt, Neville's, Cantona helped those players become the great players that they became. He was like a teacher for them. He was like a father, like Ferguson was. Cantona did so much off the pitch as well as on the pitch. And for me, great player. Best number 7 that United have ever had, hands down. Cantona, best, and then Brian Robson. Best.
Yeah,
best
you have to
7.
be careful there, mate, because Bestie was a number 7 too. So if you say that Bestie was the greatest ever, then you can't say that Cantona shades him in that respect, can you?
No, as I said earlier on, best is the GOAT, but for United, Cantona all day long.
I get that. I mean, maybe
and
in
Brian
terms of leadership,
and Brian Robson third, and that actually not. Yeah. And then if you want to ask about Beckham and Ronaldo, Beckham 4th, Ronaldo 5th, and that's before Ronaldo. That's before Ronaldo came back to United. That's before Ronaldo came back. He's still
guys, yeah, man. Obviously, we can't be here for long. Obviously,
that's cool.
People are busy, so yeah, man. We're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna get people to shout in the channels.
But listen, I'm really sorry we digressed. I mean, was there more that you wanted to talk about?
Who?
You guys. Was there anything more on your agenda that you wanted to talk about?
I don't know, David. Do you have any other stuff?
I know. Ollie said he wanted to discuss the.
Casemiro.
Yeah.
And he wanted to discuss North London derby.
Did I?
Yeah, I mentioned the North London derby, and you said you wanted to talk about it, and then it literally went.
Yeah. But so, what do you think of Casemiro, though? Yeah.
What do you think, Casemiro?
I don't think it was a Eric Ten Hag signing. So him coming out and saying that he's not getting into the team because McTominay's playing fantastic, which he is. I sort of think that he's not a Eric Ten Hag signing, so that's why I think he's not getting into the team. Obviously, McTominay is playing world class at the moment, and but I even though McTominay was playing well, as soon as Casemiro settled in, I thought he would. I thought Casemiro would start against Arsenal, even though, oh, what's the word? Even though McTominay was playing really well, I thought Casemiro would walk into the team, and he didn't. So I don't know if it's partially because it wasn't his signing or because McTominay's playing really well. But
I think Casemiro will start soon, but I think
he will, because like we say earlier on, rotation will be very key this season. And
I also think Eriksen's a good sign for you as well.
Yeah, I have my doubts about him, and I didn't think he would play as much as I didn't think he would play as much. I thought he would be in, out. So I'm actually surprised he's played every game or every league.
Yeah. Every game he's played, he's been superb. Brentford maybe.
Especially for what happened to him in the Euros, though. Obviously, that he's still playing football. And
it's crazy.
Obviously that was very shocking in football. I've heard like a story like that before. My dad's friend, someone in the Bolton pitch collapsed and died for 4 seconds, but he was revived. And he forgot about the game, and they asked the score and they lost. So my dad's friend was at that game, and it was a very weird game. They had to stop the game. But no, he was revived. He actually died for 4 seconds. And it was similar to when Eriksen fell down, the whole world was shook. They didn't know what was going on, and then he signed for Brentford, and now he's made the better move to go to United, and he's proven that he's a good player.
Listen, I told Graham, I was on Graham's stream around June, July.
Oh yeah,
he was like, Eriksen to United is false news. Trust me. But I said to Brentford fans, if Brentford give them a new contract and United hang on, if United give them a contract and say, you know what, you're gonna be part of Ten Hag's era, this and that, we'll give you game time. But then Brentford, they give him he's picking us, mate. No disrespect to Brentford, yeah. He's picking United because of the project and of the the club name and also. So I was the first one to say that Eriksen was coming to us. So yeah, man. That's his name.
Mark Rivian Foe,
that's it. Yeah, that's Marco for Babbe.
Guys,
Mwamba.
Just one more thing, David. With Anthony scoring the debut goal, are you excited with Anthony at United?
It was an average performance, but he hadn't trained with Ajax, so he wasn't really match fit. I'm still surprised he started. He got the goal, but that was it. So he needs to. I think when we come back after the international break, he'll be more fitter, etc. But I just wanted to say to Huddersfield Town, where is it? If he wasn't a Ten Hag signing, then how does that help the player get game time? Unfortunately, it doesn't. We could just look.
Why wasn't he a Ten Hag signing?
Because Ten Hag wanted Frankie de Jong.
Oh yeah. Ores wanted him as well.
So I look at Donny van der Beek. I don't think he was a Solskjaer signing, and everybody keeps going on about Donny van der Beek should be playing, and then we sign Erik Ten Hag, and people are like, right, he's definitely going to play. He can't even get on he can hardly even get on the pitch, let alone start. And I sometimes think people are going on and on about like all last season. Why are we not playing Donny van der Beek? The thing is, people don't see what happens on a training pitch. He may literally just be like Paul Pogba. He may be great in a shit league, but in the Premier League, he just can't cope.
One moment.
Sorry, that was my Siri. I don't know why my Siri came on.
Hello, Siri.
Yeah. We don't see what happens on the training pitch. Yeah, there's a few clips, we see photos, but the manager knows if the player is good enough, and everyone keeps going on and on about why was McTominay always starting? Well, he's proven this season that he plays really well. And the thing with McTominay is he plays for the shirt. I mean, is one.
Sorry, I've got a button. I don't rate McTominay. I don't think
that's fine. That's fine. Not a lot of people do, even United fans. But he bossed the midfield against Arsenal, and he did.
Great. Well, that's the only thing. That's the only credit I take.
But he bossed the Liverpool as well, Ollie. He bossed Liverpool.
Yeah,
but I still don't rate him. He's not
fine.
I still don't rate him as well.
Ollie, your opinion.
With me, listen, people don't understand with me. I give credits to players who play good. If you play shit, you get criticized. That's part of football. If you play shit, you get called out. If you play good, I'll give you credits. That's how it is, man. But I don't have no agendas. It's not agendas. Let's say McTominay has a good game, I'll pick him up because I don't have agendas. That's not me. I don't hate a player. If you play shit, then you have to get criticized. But if you play good, Obviously, you get your plaudits.
I just got one final thing. I like being a goalkeeper. I enjoy it. What's your thoughts on the Dubravka and the goalkeeper situation? Do you think Dubravka will start in the Europa
Weird
League?
signing, man. Weird signing.
I don't understand it. I don't
understand it. It's a bit weird.
I thought
but you got rid of Dean Henderson though.
Oh, Dean Henderson shit.
On loan. Yeah, he's shit.
Yeah.
I was surprised when Dubravka didn't start against Real Sociedad. Yeah. And then I was even more surprised when he didn't travel to Sheriff or Moldova.
Wait, so who was your backup goalkeeper at Sheriff then?
Tom Heaton.
Yeah. And
Kova.
Yeah. He was like 6'9". He's really tall. He towers over.
Nathan Bishop as well. Does he play for you?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think he might. I think Nathan Bishop.
Did he go on loan? Hang on.
I think he is on loan. Yeah.
Wait, he plays in the under-21s, I think, or is he on loan?
I think he's on loan.
Oh no, he's on loan to Mansfield Town. Yeah.
But nah.
Oh, and also just a quick prediction, Mike. If I didn't say 2-1 Arsenal in the North.
I'm surprised. I was gonna say I'm surprised Ten Hag didn't do to the treatment there. I'm surprised that he didn't do the same what Pep done with Joe Hart. So I'm surprised that Ten Hag is giving them a chance. Which is I rate there. So I'm surprised. I mean,
Manny, what do you think about the North London derby?
Oh yeah,
give us
your prediction in a bit, David.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a very interesting game because both teams are obviously coming off some very big wins. I mean, that win for Arsenal against Brentford was a terrific win in terms of how Arteta was tactically spot on, and of course, Frank got it wrong. Again, with the substitutions, though, he was probably a little bit later than desired, but that could actually make a bit of a difference because, again, if Saka is a little bit tired and dead on his feet, it could it won't look very good. But again, Conte was also really smart in terms of handling Heung-min Son and bringing him off the bench to run at a stretched Leicester team was actually a bit of a masterstroke in many ways because it was as if Son was almost made for a game like that, and it's going to be interesting to see how both managers will tactically line up their teams. It could very well be that Arteta will have the measure of Conte at the Emirates. It could very well be that Conte will one-up Arteta again, like he did at White Hart Lane last season. So there's a lot riding on it. As for my prediction, again, I'm going to be a little bit cautious and predict a 2-2 draw because there will again be goals in this game, but both teams could very well concede. If Hugo Lloris should be fit for that game, but Forster is a good deputy.
Why do you always predict a draw? We're going to win. Just predict a win.
I have to be true to myself. I have to be honest. I have to be reasonable, and I do not want to go overhead. If we win, if my prediction goes wrong, I'm happy. If we lose and my prediction goes wrong, I won't be happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy. I think we'll win the game easily. 2-0.
I think it'll be 1-1.
No. This is what you said at the Brentford game. We won 3-0. So that's why I'm confident because, everyone's going to write us off this game.
If I say
12:30 kickoff, ET.
So if I say Arsenal's not going to win, you'll be confident.
Well, if I say City's not going to win, then you think they're going to win. And I think that Arsenal win. I think Arsenal will win, though, because why can we not win? We're at home. We've played better than Tottenham. Tottenham are terrible.
Yeah, Tottenham are.
They just beat Leicester 6-2. Who gives a damn?
Exactly.
Anyone can beat Leicester. I mean, who about West Ham? They've been doing terrible, and they could probably beat Leicester. So it proves my point that we're going into this game in North London derby, one of our biggest games. The Man United game was our biggest, but we knew we were going to do that. So in my opinion, this is our biggest game. This is the second big top team we're facing. It's the next Premier League game, and I think if we get all 3 points, it's a bonus. If we get a draw, that's good because a draw in the North London derby is better than losing. If we lose, fair play Tottenham, but we can't lose this game because if the only way United work in our favour is if obviously we were to win and City to lose, which means they will drop points. But if City win and we win, then it won't matter. But it matters if we lose and City wins. So it's either way. But it's not that I don't matter if you win. But
in our favour, it'd be best if we win and
we lose. So
no, probably a draw.
Yeah, probably a draw. But
or Tottenham win because Tottenham are not going to win the league.
Tottenham win.
Tottenham won't challenge us for the title, so
no,
it won't happen. Yeah, Tottenham may have.
Are you still confident for top 4 then? Because obviously you're 5th. Do you think you'll go into the top 4 soon?
I said we're going to win the league, so
yeah, I know. No, that's way too early for that. That's way too early. I was at that last year and we finished 5th. Where do you think in the next few weeks you will go back into the top 4?
Yes.
What games are you going to help you get back?
Not in the next couple of weeks, no, because
how many months then, or?
Well, no, in the next couple of weeks there's no games, so
that's exactly. Then it's probably months.
Pretty confident. I'm pretty confident that in a couple of weeks Arsenal will still be top. By the end of October, we'll be in the top 4 and in a title race.
Oh my god!
Wait, hang on. I got this. This is to me on the way. Or do you think United win the league?
Clip this, guys. Clip it.
Clip what? I have some answer here. I don't know, but I'm not giving high expectations for 10 London. That's just giving already high expectations. But listen, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, man. But all I'm saying, I'll always back the manager and the players. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take it game by game, and you never know. I'm just hoping that these players don't throw 10 London under the bus because we've seen it before, and hopefully it does.
Guys, I have to go.
That's fine. We're wrapping up now. Ollie is fine. But guys, we're gonna wrap up now. Ollie, shout out your channel if you want.
He's muted.
So yeah, you can find me on YouTube, DJ Sinclair Road. Just hit 1K, so big up. And on Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair546 and Aaron_Ramster fan page 1. And just click the link in my bio and Ollie's over 546.
By the way, big up for 1K, by the way, because I haven't.
Yeah, big up. And big up Orest, David and Manny as well. So yeah, see you guys. Big up for everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Ollie.
David, do you want to shout out your YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, my YouTube channel, the link was posted in the comments earlier on, but it's the True Red Devils channel. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's true_red_true devil 87. I do actually have 2 accounts, but that's probably my main football account. Yeah, please come and follow. I'm going to be doing a stream on Thursday, 7:00 with Anthony, Gunner TV, MCFC Daps, and I've forgotten his name, Chelsea fan. And a Chelsea fan whose name Ladimus Prime. It's gonna be it's got nothing to do with the season so far. It's going to be based on how we got into football, who was our heroes, etc. So it's going to be a nice, chilled, relaxed session. So yeah, please join us 7:00 British time.
7:00, Thursday. 7 p.m. Tuesday. Thursday. Sorry. Yeah, Thursday. That was my mistake. Manny.
Yeah, so sadly, I don't have a YouTube channel of my own, although that could possibly change in the next few days. So you guys are going to get, will be informed about that. But you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. My Twitter handle is Thungatherai1981. That's my surname and my year of birth. And my Instagram handle is Manny Thungatherai1981, which is my full name and my year of birth. And you can find me just on YouTube, spewing a bit of guff on a few other channels. Del Boy Gunner TV is obviously my go-to. Lovely Irish bloke, Arsenal fan just like me. S. Featley TV, another Arsenal fan channel. King's Football Show, also an Arsenal channel. I've done a few streams with him. Obviously, Oris Talks Football right here. Hannah's Coach Corner, a few appearances on the Football for Thought podcast on NS Sports TV. And might be making a few more appearances, but I'm also going to work to try to get something done for myself, and you will know about it. And wherever I feel welcome, I just come and speak and meet a few more people. And David, I've seen you on a few streams as well with Tony Gunner. Wonderful to finally talk to you, and hopefully you and I can have a chin wag again.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've got my own channel, so I'll get you on my channel. We're both old school, so we know we've been there, seen it all. These youngsters, they have to rely on like YouTube to watch players like Cantona and stuff like that. I'll try find you on Instagram unless you want to try find me. I'm having a bit of trouble finding you at the moment. But yeah, we'll talk on there, and yeah, we'll try and set something up. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Mate.
Absolutely, mate.
Big up
Absolutely.
both of you
Cheers,
for
mate.
joining as always, man. Because
No problem. All right, thanks for having me. Yeah.
No worries, man. Obviously, both of you guys are very.
Yeah, I did find it funny. I did find it funny at the start of the stream. You said this has got nothing to do with Arsenal, and then you bring two Arsenal fans on.
No, but David, listen. With me, I mean, I might talk a bit about Arsenal, but I'm very respectful of what the agenda is for the day. So,
yeah,
because they want to speak about United, David. That's why I thought that.
Yeah, that's cool, Manny. As I've said to Ollie in the past, I can see Ollie's a football fan, and I can definitely see you're a football fan as well. But Manny, one question before we go: who was a better footballer? Who was the best French footballer in the Premier League history?
I think I answered that question. It had to be. I mean, when it comes to the Frenchman playing for United, I mean, obviously it had to be Eric Cantona. I mean, just for the impact he had, because before he came to that United team, they were also not quite the full picture. You were still struggling under Ferguson to get the league. I mean, Giggs was coming into his own, and you had the likes of Dennis Irwin and Pallister and Brucey at the back, Parker being solid, and Schmeichel also coming into his own again. But it was Cantona who really gave you that momentum you needed, gave you that push you needed. And I think in every single season he was there bar one, you guys won the Premiership. Correct. So I love Thierry Henry greatly. I think the man will always be one of the most beautiful footballers I've ever seen. But in terms of the impact that he had, Cantona just gets it.
Manny, I like
It was just tragic that he retired 2 seasons before you won the Champions League. Otherwise, he would have added that to his collection for sure.
I think what it was is he wasn't really injured. He just had enough, and
yeah, exactly. He lost his passion.
Yeah, I mean, and I always said that. Obviously, Manny, you remember the rules from the Champions League that you had to play a certain amount of homegrown players, and Irish didn't count. So we had Dennis Irwin, we had Roy Keane, and they were classed as foreigners. So we couldn't play our best team because of the stupid ruling. And it got changed, I think, the 97-98 season, I think, after or it might have been the season just before Cantona's last season. And I think if it had been if that hadn't been in and we were able to play our strongest team in 94, 95, all that, I think we could have had a great chance of winning the Champions League. But I mean, I think we played Barcelona at the Nou Camp in 94. We lost 4-0, and I've got a sneaky feeling that Gary Walsh was playing in goal because we couldn't play all the foreigners. I mean, Kanchelskis, great winger forward, never gets mentioned because you've got Beckham, Giggs, Ronaldo. Kanchelskis was world class. He just never gets mentioned.
Oh, I remember Kanchelskis well, mate. Top player.
Yeah. And we just couldn't play all our best players.
Let's save it for the back crib. Guys, I appreciate both. We'll talk after the back row.
Cool, mate. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you two coming on and obviously spending your time. Make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to David's channel. Follow Marnie's Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you next time. Peace.